What up, what up, what up? Dear white people of today. Yes, we need to talk, y'all. We need to talk. So just go ahead and chill with your boy. I'll go ahead and make you some breakfast, some good old beef, bacon, and some eggs and some coffee. So bear with your boy while I go ahead and get this stuff ready, you dig? But yeah, white people, we need to talk. We need to talk about some things. Because let's just say, I'm gonna just say it like this. White people, I love y'all. Love y'all, you know. Shit, I love everybody. I have no problem with nobody of any ethnicity or any color, however you want to put it. But, man, I think a lot of white people don't realize how y'all are being believe in all this bullshit. For real. I don't think a lot of white people realize that shit. So we just gonna talk about it for a minute. When I say dear white people of today, we know, black people, we know y'all ain't create none of these fucked up Jim Crow laws. We know y'all ain't the ones who did slavery, lynching, redlining. We know that shit. We know that, and y'all know it too. And y'all tired of you know what I'm saying, being blamed for everybody else's shit, right? Right. But see, here's the thing. We're not blaming y'all for everybody else's shit. You know, a whole bunch of minorities, all black people. We are simply saying that y'all are benefiting from the shit that started in the past. That's all we are saying. And if white people can really open their ears to understand that, then shit, I think, man, we can make a big fucking change when it comes to a lot of shit. For real. Because that's the problem. Like, a lot of white people here, oh, I didn't do, or they quick to say, I didn't do this, I didn't own slaves. We know that. We know that. You know, we know that. We pretty much know white people of today did not own slaves. We know that white people of today did not start Jim Crow. We know that white people of today did not start segregation, didn't start redlining. We know white people of today are not burning down black towns and flooding black towns. We know that. But see, the thing about white people of today, they don't want to acknowledge the past and acknowledge the shit that they grandpappies and meemaws and peepaws did back then. They're like, shit, it's fucked up. You know, it's all fucked up. And, you know, here we are today. It's fucked up, but here we are today. You know, that's the thing. You have to know that stuff that was done in the past is why my stomach growling. Stuff that was done in the past is why, you know, a lot of white people are thriving today in this country. You know, don't get me wrong, the white people of today, I do see y'all working hard. I see it. I see y'all working hard just like the rest of us trying to survive, because a lot of y'all realize that we all are getting fucked. And the ones that realize that shit, shout out to you. But to the ones who, you know, like to play the blame game and the picking and choosing the sides of the Republicans, Democrats, left and the right, those are the ones who are part of the fucking problem. The ones who think like that, those are the ones who are part of the problem. Like I said, I'm gonna say it again. I know, we all know, white people of today did not do redlining, segregation, Jim Crow, you know, lynchings and all that shit. We know that, but what we be saying is white people of today, y'all are benefiting from all that bullshit back then. All that bullshit that your meemaws and peepaws did back then, a lot of y'all are benefited from it. And we are not saying y'all are the problem of today. Shit, white people don't even know it's the elite white people who don't give a damn about the poor white people. For real. Lyndon B. Johnson said it best. For real. Lyndon B. Johnson, I'm sorry, I'm cracking eggs at the same time. Lyndon B. Johnson said it best. And it's still going on. White people of today, y'all don't know that the elite white people don't give a damn about their own kind. Like, for real, like, I'm gonna give y'all a prime example. Well, not prime example, but I'm gonna say something that's probably gonna make a lot of people mad. Do y'all really think, like, do you really think Donald Trump resonate with his MAGA supporters? For real. Think about that shit. Don't get me wrong, you support whoever you want to support. I'm not a Trump hater and I'm not a Trump supporter. I'm no Democrat, I'm no Republican, I'm no liberal. I think for myself. But really, do you think this rich ass dude who's been rich his whole life, his whole damn life, resonate with the average person, resonate with the average white person. No. He's been rich all his life, meaning he's been silver spoon. Don't get me wrong, you know, shit. He doesn't have to. He hasn't had to worry about the shit that the rest of us had to worry about, black and white. He hasn't had to worry about that shit. What up? What up? What up? So how can how can any of these super rich, been rich all day life, politicians, anybody resonate with the average person? They don't even know what, what a gallon of gas costs. They don't even know what it costs to go buy a carton of eggs. They don't even know what it costs to go buy some milk. They don't even know what a pack of bacon costs. Hell, I bet you Donald Trump, don't get me wrong, I ain't got nothing against Donald Trump, but I bet you he couldn't even tell you how much this pack of bacon costs. I'm just saying, couldn't no politician, not even Biden or Obama couldn't even tell you how much this pack of bacon costs. Because they've been rich so damn long, they don't resonate with the average man anymore. I'm just saying. And then what a lot of white people have to realize is that, think about it like, I want y'all to really think about this. If you white and you in this chat, I want you to really think about it like this. Every atrocity that we have been taught about on this planet, in history, in American history, has been done by who? I'm just saying. Think about it, for real, think about every serial killer we pretty much learned about growing up. What ethnicity were they? I ain't gonna say what color, what ethnicity were they? It wasn't African American or black, however y'all wanna put it. Like, for real, every time, the majority of the time that we hear about families getting unalived with children involved and stuff too, it's mostly but you have the white elites leading the rest of the general population of white people, got them believing that, oh, minorities and immigrants and black people are the problem. No. When you go take a look into things, every atrocity that's happened in American history that we were taught about was committed by some white people that want to take over somebody's shit. Think about it. Think about it. And like I said in the beginning of this motherfucker, I love white people. I love y'all. Shit. And at this point in America, I don't think either race can exist without one of the other. But what I don't like about a lot of white people is they act like they scared to talk about the past and talk about racism because they will be quick to say, oh, I didn't do this, I didn't do that. We know that. I know that. I'm not accusing nobody of being, being a slave master or being a Jim Crow motherfucker. I'm not accusing nobody of that. Black people, we not doing that. All we be trying to simply say is like, y'all are getting played by y'all own fucking people. And that's easy. And it's crazy that a lot of white people can't see that you're being played by your own kind. You're being played by, think of who's in charge. Who's in charge? Who's running the goddamn country? It ain't black people. Like, for real. It's who? Elite white people. And who's making all the damn rules? It ain't black people. It's elite white people. So, white people, the average white man need to wake up and smell the fucking coffee. Like, look, man, everything that they put in place has been designed to benefit, white people, but a lot of stuff that they put in place hurt white people. And white people don't see that. Yes, we all are being played against each other. I agree. You are definitely right. But what I'm saying is, like, even put like this, for all the Trump supporters, even Donald Trump said, black people can see a scheme a mile away. We know a scheme when we see one. We know a scam when we see one. That's what Donald Trump said. So we know, we already know. We just wish a lot of white people would see that shit and be like, damn, they tried to tell us. We have been trying to tell, like, black people been trying to tell white folks for years. for years. You got to think, we don't control anything. So how can we be the fucking problem? And if a white man got up there and said how he screws over the white people, how can we be the damn problem? Like, for real. They make white people see what it is. What Lyndon B. Johnson said was correct. How do you get a white man to, when they ask, how do you get the white man to vote for you even though you're Democrat? He said, shit, convince the lowest white man that he's better than the highest black man, and shit, he'll give, you know what I'm saying, basically, and you can go, basically, convince the lowest white man that he's higher than the highest black man, and he won't notice that you're going in his pockets. Hell, give him somebody to look down on, he'll empty his pockets for you. And look what's going on. Don't y'all see that? Yeah, don't you see it? You see how they told you. He sat up there and said how he plays the white man. And guess what? White people still feeding to that shit. You still have white people, black people this, black people that. Man, a white dude said how he fuck y'all over. He admitted how he fuck y'all over. And you have white people still trying to say black people are the fucking problem. See, let me tell you right now, I know this might hurt to hear for a lot of people, but it's white men with micro penises who are the problem. Not all white men, but some of them. A lot of them. I'll give you a perfect example. We all just seen what happened in Minnesota to that racist agitator, white dude, what's his name, Jake Lang. We all seen what happened to him, right? We all seen what happened to him. He went up in there on some white people, white supremacy shit just to get beat up by white people. Just to get beat up by white people and saved by black people. And he's still talking all this white supremacy bullshit. You see how that's a problem? But that's a problem a lot of white people don't want to talk about or address. But you see how that is a problem. Because you have a white dude who went around, white America, this and that, got his ass beat by white people, by his own kind, and got saved by black people. Yes, I'm tired of racism from both sides, from either side. I agree with you. I am tired of that shit too. So that's why it needs to be talked about. People who say, for the people who say don't talk about it, the shit ain't gonna never go away because it's still being indirectly taught, even if you don't talk about it. So, what I'm saying is the racism shit do need to stop. I'm sick of it too. But did y'all see that? You had a white dude out there in Minnesota, white man's America, this and that, blah, 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 just to get beat up by white people. And then he still wanted to go and talk shit about black people. Y'all see where the problem comes? Y'all see that fucking problem? Do you see that problem? Do you see that problem? How white man goes and try to, be on some white people shit, get his ass beat by white people, and still try to talk down on black people? But it was his own kind who whooped his ass. And it was two black people who saved him. Then he tried to make up every excuse in the world. Them people were trying to go in my pocket. I watched all the videos. The black person that saved him was not trying to go in his pockets. You had other people around him. You had white people trying to take shit from him and rob him. But the black man that saved him was not trying to go in his pockets. And he still went on the show. And white people this, white people that. Now, do y'all see the fucking problem? Like, how can you not see the problem with that shit? How can you not see the problem with a lot of white people? Get your ass saved by a black person, get patched up by a black Muslim, and you still go on this tangent of white people this and white people that and black people this, and make it make sense, brother. Make it make sense. Now, white people, like I said before, now, can y'all see how black people and minorities aren't the fucking problem? That y'all get played by your own kind. Get played by your own kind. Like, for real. Got to make it make sense. Get played by your own kind. Hold on. Like, and I think we all tired of the racism. I think we all tired of it. Hold up. I'm on streaming. I can't look at text. What's up?
Is the bacon done?
I'm about to put it in there. I'll let you know. I'm cooking breakfast and she food is the food done? But for real though, if you can see the problem in that, then you cool with me because hey, so you like the videos? Thank you. If you can see the problem in that, then you cool with me because I don't like racism. I don't. And it pisses me off when I see black people being racist. It just chaps my ass. I can't stand that shit. Can't stand that shit at all. So it's like when, like this people like this Jake Lang dude, I know who you all seen. People like this Jake Lang character. Ooh, I gotta plug in my air fryer. I'm about to air fry me some beef bacon. But there's people like this Jake Lang dude, you know, he needs to be dealt with. And you know what we like to see as a whole. What I'm starting to see that it's a lot more white people who are not with this racist bullshit. And I'm liking that. When I seen white people put hands and feet on that dude, I was like, okay, y'all tired of the shit just like we are. Correct? Y'all are tired of the bullshit just like we are. So how can it get fixed? Deal with people like Jake Lang. Deal with people like Jake Lang. Oh, we have somebody say, why is everything about racism with me? Because it needs to be talked about. I'm no victim, and before you say anything, I'm no victim. I'm doing pretty well for myself. I have a 2-bedroom, finished basement, fenced-in backyard. Both of my cars are paid for. I don't have a criminal record, so no, I'm not playing victim in any way before you go there. Racism has to be talked about, and I don't have a criminal record. Racism has to be talked about, because the Morgan Freeman way don't work. Because what you gonna say, just don't talk about it? Why? So people can indirectly teach it to their kids by the way they act with people and the way they talk to people, and kids see that shit and they they grow up to become little bigots themselves. It has to be talked about. So if you don't like it, get the fuck on. I don't care if you don't like it. That's the problem with a lot of white people like you. You too scared to talk about what you scared of being called racist? Huh? You know what I'm saying? You scared of being called racist? You say it was let me tell you what holds the white community back. Why y'all dying off? Because y'all ain't having babies quick as y'all supposed to, and you got every other race on this planet having babies faster than white people. That's why white people will be the minority here in America in the next 15 fucking years. You know what I'm saying? So you're talking about the black community. Let's talk about what holds back the white community. Not wanting to acknowledge white problems. Not wanting to acknowledge the biased mindsets. So I want to hear that shit. Black community, I know what holds back the black community. I don't give a damn if you mixed. I don't give a damn. That don't mean nothing. You sound like you're resonating with your other side. I know what holds back the black community, their mentality. And also what holds back white people, their mentality. Why can't no unity ever come about? Because of the mentality. Because you got black people with the chip on their shoulder, a lot of black people with the chip on their shoulder, and you got white people like you. I don't care if you mix, I'm gonna call you white, because shit, you sound like you're resonating with that side. You got white people like you who, why everything gotta be about race? Look at America, everything is about race in America. Wake up and smell the fucking coffee. Like, for real. Wake up and smell the fucking coffee. Like, damn. You know, yes, be judged on character and not skin color. Everything has already been made about race, but what I'm trying to say is, white people of today, like I said before, we know white people of today did not do Jim Crow, did not do segregation. We know white people of today don't own slaves, and we know that shit. But white people of today don't want to acknowledge that they are benefiting from that shit, from the shit of the past. That's all we saying. Because guess what? Every time you see videos of white people wanting to come interact with black people at parties and shit like that, we welcome y'all with open fucking arms. So we really don't have a problem with y'all. You know what black people have a problem with? It's not white people that they have a problem with. It's the ways of some white people. Can you understand that? If you can see that, then you there. Because I don't have a problem with no ethnicity. I love everybody. I don't care if you're black, white, blue, green, stripes like a damn zebra. I value people's lives. You know, I value people's lives. You say what is that? I'm not focusing on hate. You're not open to discussion. You're closed-minded, and that's the problem. You feel sorry for me. I'm doing good. I am doing good. I have 3 streams of income, cars paid for. Guess what? I'm a father who's in the house with his kids. I have a nice damn house and stay in a good area and have a great job with benefits. No criminal record, so I'm not focused on hate. No, I'm open to discussion. But you have white people like you who quick to say, why is everything about race? I'm not focused on hate. No, you're just soft and can't take the heat, so get your ass up out the kitchen. You know, for real. I'm open to discussion when it comes to race because I tell people like this. I see color, but color doesn't mean a damn thing to me. How about that? I'm not one of those people that say I don't see color. I see color, but color doesn't mean a damn thing to me. Color means jack shit to me. Because I grew up in a very diverse community. Color means jack shit to me. Because I know people of all races who are fucked up. So, you know, but for the white people who think black people are full of hate just because they want to talk about this stuff, nah. Talking about it is good for the motherfucking soul. Talking about it makes you think and question your own self. Because I like talking about it because there've been times I done sat with white people and they made me think about how I think about things like, God damn. You know. People that don't like to have hard conversations, get the fuck out the damn kitchen. If you can't take the heat, get the fuck on somewhere. Because what? It's a lot of us who are ready to get over this shit. So in order to get over this shit, it gotta be talked about. Because a lot of us are sick of this racism shit, and the ones that don't want to talk about it are the ones that keep it going. So I don't want to hear that shit. So don't come telling me, oh, I'm mixed. Look what your statements, the statements you said sound like your white side came out, your white bias side came out. Like, stop that shit, man. Because what? I get on black people's head when they start trying to be racist or talk that super black power shit. Man, fuck that shit. You say, and then there you go. You talking about Obama. Let me tell you, that's how I know you don't know shit. That's how I know you resonate with your white side. Because you sound like them the dumbass people who be, well, Obama this, Obama that. Okay, what about Bush? What about Reagan? Shit, the list goes on. Obama came into a mess just like every other president walk into a damn mess every 4 years. So get the fuck out of here with that. And then get the fuck out of here with that. Every president walks into a hot mess. You know, shit. And you can, man, look, you can say what you want. I put it like this. You don't like hearing the harsh truth? I don't give a damn. Because I tell it like how it is, and I call everybody out. You know, I call everybody out. I don't care if you're black or white. I call everybody out. I call black people out on their shit, and I call white people out on their shit. So I don't want to hear that. Just like white people could say something about Obama, guess what? I wasn't Obama's biggest fan. I'll say, sorry, you meant to comment? Okay, appreciate that. Appreciate that. But yeah, I wasn't Obama's biggest fan. I was not Obama's biggest fan. I'll tell you that right now, because guess what? Obama deported a shitload of people, just like Trump is doing. It's just he did it in a different way. His shit wasn't publicized. He actually deported more people than Donald Trump. It just wasn't publicized. And he did it a different way. For real. Check my bacon. That's all he did was just do it a different way. So a lot of people need to wake the fuck up and think about some shit and really smell the fucking coffee when it comes to politics. Like, straight up. You know, for real. For real. People need to wake up. Wake the fuck up. How about it's my shadow? I got all these fucking lights in here. How about that? I got all these fucking lights in here, so I got different things in here. A lot of stuff is going to shadow. So, believe me, I don't want to hear that shit y'all on. But, for real, every president walks into a whole bunch of shit. And we all are getting played. It's just a white president said how he plays white people. And white people still feeding into the shit. That's how I know, like, you know, people that try to say it's not about race. A lot of white people make it about race. White president said how he plays white people. And then they said how they play black people too. How they was gonna get black people to vote Democrat for how long? We all are getting played. We all are getting played. We all are getting played. Tell you that right now. And if you can't see that, then something is wrong with you. And if you one of those that's scared to have hard conversations, then guess what? You don't. Get the fuck out. Get the fuck on. You know. If you one of those that's scared to have hard conversations, please get the fuck on. You know, for real, because you're not gonna make it. You're not gonna make it trying to, you know, in America being soft. You need to know how to unplug and detach from the bullshit in your mind. You know, for real. When I say how to detach from the bullshit in your mind, meaning, look at all the shit that we getting caught up in. Look at all the shit that we argue over in this country right now. What are we arguing over right now? We arguing over illegal immigrants and what else? We arguing over the illegal immigrants, the way Donald Trump want to do things, and everybody ain't trying to change their damn self. Everybody just want to put the blame on everybody. But nobody's trying to change themselves. For real. Nobody wants to change themselves. Nobody wants to change themselves. Ain't no change in the country gonna happen until you change your motherfucking self. I'm just saying. So, you know, all this shit that y'all believe in politicians, and when these politicians say how they play you, you know, for real. When they saying how they play you, why y'all believe in these politicians? You know, for real. For real, why do you agree with these politicians? When has any politician ever changed your shit personally, changed your life personally? It took you getting your ass up, going to work, and making the right decisions. That's how your life changed, correct? No politician changed your life. It took you getting your ass up, going to work, paying your bills, and doing what you were supposed to do. No politician changed that. No matter who got in office. That's what you should do. No matter who got in office, guess what? You still had to take your ass to work. You still had to pay that electric bill, pay that gas bill, pay that cell phone bill. You still had taxes taken out. Like, for real. No politician ever did nothing for a Republican or Democrat. So it don't matter if you like Donald Trump or not. How your life go keep going is the shit that you do. Like, for real. That's the only way shit go right for you. Yeah. That's the only way stuff go right for you. Ain't no politician go change nothing for you. And then, like I said before, I'm not bashing white people, but white people need to realize y'all being played by your own fucking kind. For real. Being played by your own kind. If I'm lying, I'm flying. If I'm lying, I'm flying, but shit, hell, I'm still right here. So I be trying to tell people. Be trying to tell people, man. And the more y'all feet get caught up into this politics shit, they loving it. Powers that be are loving that shit. You know why they loving it? Because they keeping you motherfuckers arguing back and forth why they still getting rich when the only way, because let me tell y'all something, because the powers that be, they know the definition of true freedom in America. The only way you're going to have true freedom in America is financial freedom. Oh, for real. And I'm going to tell you like this. Yes, if you in this chat, if you don't like what I'm saying, get the fuck out. Because I talk about black people too. And I'm black. But what I'm saying is, white people, to the average white person, you know, the ones who be caught up in the black and white, left wing, white ring bullshit, guess what? Y'all being played by your own fucking kind. Because it don't matter who get in office. Guess what? What you gonna do? You still gotta pay them fucking bills. You know, for real. You still gotta get up and take care of your shit. It don't matter. So I don't wanna hear that shit, man. You know, people be, oh, Obama did this, Obama did that. Yes, Obama did a lot of wicked shit. I will say that. Obama did a lot of wicked shit that I didn't agree with. And guess what? Every other president has done the same shit. Every other president have done the same shit. You know, for real. And me, guess what? I'm the type of person, I can agree to disagree with somebody. I can disagree with somebody and still, you know, be cool with them. I got friends who, you know what I'm saying, who I've been knowing for my whole fucking life, and I don't agree with a lot of shit they think as far as politics, but guess what? I don't go off that. I go off how they treat me and how we been cool, and I know they good people. Everybody got their own beliefs as far as politics and shit. The problem is, you shouldn't hate nobody for that shit. You shouldn't be ready to talk bad to your next, to your fellow American for that shit. When everybody want to scream, we're all American. If we all American, then it's okay to disagree with each other, right? It's okay to disagree with each other, right? Because guess what? All the white people who be saying, oh, we're just American, guess what? Y'all some Charlie Kirk followers, right? Even Charlie Kirk said, guess what? We need to get back to a point where we can be able to disagree with each other and not want to do harm to each other. And still, you know, like, and that's the truth. That's the truth. You got a lot of white people who are so pro-Trump. Soon as you disagree with them about, you know, things that he's doing, you must be this and this. And I guarantee you, them motherfuckers don't even make $100,000 a year. Probably don't even make what I make a year. Shit. So people need to understand, like, you're getting played by politicians, man. They don't give a fuck about us, whether you're black or white. They don't give a damn. You know, shit. And then look, you might not agree with everything Trump do. It's some shit. I'll put it like this. Like I said before, I'm not a Trump supporter and I'm not a Trump hater. But guess what? It's certain things that I agree with, and it's some things that I don't agree with. You know? Black folks ain't the most, we are the most played by politics, but now that shit is over. We got played the most by politics, you're right, with the civil rights movement and voting Democrat. But you see, you have a lot of black people who are waking up and stepping away from that shit. We watching the shit show. We are watching the shit show, which is white people against white people right now. And if you think I'm lying, what just happened to Jake Lang? White people against white people. You know, shit, what happened to Charlie Kirk? White people against white people. White people shot Charlie Kirk. White people was beating up Jake Lang. I'm just saying, the show what's going on right now. White people y'all are so divided right now, it's ridiculous. Because it's all left-wing, right-wing bullshit. It's all Republican, Democrat bullshit. It's all Republican, Democrat bullshit right now. White people are divided like a motherfucker in this country right now. For real. Like, we know black people, we know how black people are. We know that. We know black people are divided and are against each other and all that shit. But I'm going to tell you right now, white people, y'all are real divided. Y'all are really divided. And the thing is, white people don't like to acknowledge their own problem. Not all y'all. You know, the ones who feed into, who so caught up in the left wing, right wing, you know, political shit. A lot of y'all of today, y'all see what's going on. You realize what's going on. And that's what's up. For real, y'all realize what's going on. And y'all like, man, this is bullshit. Like, why the fuck can't we all just live in peace? So for the white folks that know what's going on, I fucks with y'all like shit. Welcome to the cookout, all that shit. But you have a lot who so caught up in this shit and, oh, my country, this and that. Ain't nothing gonna change your country for you until you change yourself. You gotta think, nothing in your life change until you change yourself. People always want stuff to happen for them and go right for them, but nothing start changing until you start doing different shit. Tell me I'm wrong. Nothing changes for you until you do something different. Anybody want to argue that? Huh? Anybody want to argue that? Because nothing in your life go change for you, no matter which politician get in. Nothing in your life go change for you until you start doing different shit. I don't care if there's something different in your daily routine. I don't care if you get up one day and you put your pants leg on left, right all the time. Then one day you say, fuck it, I'm going to get up and put these motherfuckers on right, left. Ain't nothing gonna change until you change yourself. And it starts with the little shit. And if you can't see that, I feel bad for you. Then you gonna be forever caught up in what people call the matrix. For real. You're gonna be forever caught up in what people call the matrix. If you can't see that shit, you lost. You're lost. For real, you are lost. And then guess what? For a lot of people, I'm gonna say this, for a lot of people who sit up there, y'all don't like Donald Trump because of the way he doing immigrants and all this other shit. Man, y'all need to look up, you know what I'm saying, how many immigrants Obama deported. Look up how many Bill Clinton deported, George Bush, and so on and so on. Go look that shit up, because it's all free public information. You know, all free public information. But that shit people don't, bother want to look at. The only reason Trump is getting so much scrutiny, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, the only reason Trump gets so much scrutiny, because the way he say his shit, the way he publicize it, he don't give a damn. He's unapologetic, and he's not the typical politician that we all are used to. You know, he's not so diplomatic. He's like, fuck it, I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. If you don't like it, fuck you. What you gonna do about it? And then I want some people to think about this. Like, a lot of people upset that he went and did what he did in Venezuela. Wake up and smell the fucking coffee. When you are making strategic decisions to keep your country number one, ain't no emotion in that shit. Ain't no emotion in that shit. Because guess what? If he didn't go get Venezuela, we would be fucked as a country. People need to realize that shit. Venezuela stopped taking the US dollar and took the Chinese yuan, stopped selling oil to us, and was giving it to our enemy. Thank you, I appreciate that. And people looking at it like, and people don't see that shit. Y'all better start fucking waking up. And guess what? What they don't tell you is, the man tried to negotiate with dude before, he just went gangsta on him. He tried to, and dude said, fuck you. But then wanted to negotiate after he seen them U.S. vessels coming at his ass. So I need to think about that. But I bet you a lot of y'all are not thinking about that. Y'all are just so caught up in the, this is what he doing. And then for a lot of people that's on EBT, y'all think y'all blaming Trump for that shit. But guess what? It wasn't his fault. Guess what? You know why it took so long for y'all to get your motherfucking benefits or get your EBT? Because the Democrats was holding the people hostage. And what I mean by holding the people hostage, meaning your Democrats wanted to give benefits to illegals, to undocumented immigrants. What kind of shit is that? But you have a lot of people up there, Democrat this, Democrat that. Democrats tried to play y'all ass like a fucking fiddle. And it was the Democrats the reason it took so long for y'all to get y'all motherfucking benefits and shit. So that's why I say I'm not a Trump supporter. I'm not a Trump hater. I'm no Republican. I'm no Democrat. I'm no liberal. I like to see things from all angles. Right on, appreciate that. I like to see shit from all angles. And looking at it from all angles, like, man, look, I think people deserve their, you know, if you need food stamps, if you gotta be on that shit, yeah, go ahead and get it. But do I think undocumented immigrants deserve the benefits? No. Hell no. Because shit, most of us over here, we don't qualify for benefits because we make too much. You know, according to the, you know, which is cool because I don't want to depend on the government, no way. Only thing I want to depend on the government for is to be a government. Nothing more, nothing less. They go do what they want to do. Who I depend on? Me. who my kids depend on? Me. So, you know, that's where I'm at with that. Like, for the people that's getting so butthurt about it, and you know, I've even had people inbox me on Facebook and Instagram talking about, oh, you shouldn't be making fun of people on food stamp, da 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 da. Man, look, I'll tell you right now, as a black man, I know somebody personally who's abusing the fuck out of it. That's one of the reasons why I started doing this shit. Because it's stupid. It's stupid. It's stupid. So I don't want to hear people talking about that shit. I want to hear people talking about people need help. Man, my mom is a single mother. She was a single mother, raised me. Guess what? She never taught me to depend on government assistance. She taught me that if you have to get it, use that as a motherfucking stepping stone to get back on your feet. You don't make a lifetime career out of that shit. You don't. And for the people that's making a lifetime career out of it, I'm laughing because I'm glad Trump is cutting y'all asses off. I am glad. I am so happy. I'm being straight up. I'm happy than a motherfucker that a lot of people are getting cut the fuck off. The only ones I feel bad for is, you know, disabled people, veterans, and people who are mentally ill who can't physically work. Only ones I feel bad for. Other than that, fuck nah. And then what a lot of white people don't realize, you know, it's a lot of white people who make fun of, oh, black people on EBT, that's all they do is food stamps. Go look up some statistics, because it will show you that the majority of the people that receive government assistance are white. Just saying. That doesn't mean a fucking thing to me. I don't care, because if you need it, you need it. But facts and statistics are there. White people, I know y'all love numbers and all the other shit. So you go look at statistics. The majority of the people that receive government assistance are white. Just saying. Because y'all got to think about it like this. How can black people be the majority of the ones who receive government assistance when we are the minority and the shit was not made for us in the first place? When they first started welfare, it wasn't called welfare, you know, and it wasn't made, and black people did not have access to it. For real. Black people didn't have access to it. You know, no. My mother is black. Look at me. Do I look mixed? I mean, is my hair that good? Do I look mixed? Shit. Nah, my mother is black. 100%, baby. You know. Now, I will say this. My great-great-grandmother was half white, half Indian. Black American Indigenous Indian. Damn, my pantry open? Oh, well. But yeah, my great-grandmother was half white and half Indigenous Black American Indian. Now, and guess what? I had the pleasure of knowing my great-great-grandmother, because she didn't pass till I was like, what? She didn't pass away till I was about, what, 6 or 7. So I had the pleasure of being able to have time with my great-great-grandmother. So had the pleasure of being able to hear some of my family history and heritage. And that's how I know that majority of black people are not Well, besides, hearing that shit from my great grandmother and my great grandmother and my grandmother and my mother, black people are, majority of the people, black people here in America are not African American, man. Like, and I know that's hard for white people to believe. Y'all don't want to believe that we are the true indigenous people of the land, but go look up the history that wasn't taught to you. That's all you got to do. Go look up the history that wasn't taught to you, and you will find out that they purposely, did a paper genocide on black people. As far as who we really are, they purposely did a paper genocide, public and privately, but they didn't destroy everything. Because now you have white politicians and you have Native Americans admitting, you have Native American chiefs admitting that black people are the true indigenous people of the land and they were done wrong and they should be included in, come on now. Like I said, I know that's hard for a lot of white people to believe and to accept, but you got to be crazy if you really think 42 million black people here are African American. For real, you got to be, and that means you didn't really look into history, because out of the 2 million people that were stolen from Africa and whatnot, only 10% made it directly to America. So that's about 200,000, right? So I mean, and then didn't Christopher Columbus say, who they want to give credit to, didn't Christopher Columbus say in his diary, he did not bring slaves here, he took slaves. So what that mean, we already here. And then for the ones who go by Native American, why is it that y'all can't trace your heritage back past the 1850s? For real. I know some. And I asked them the same thing. How come you can't trace your heritage back past the 1850s? For real. Beef bacon and cheese eggs with a hot cup of coffee. Yes. But for real, go ask a Native American, how come they cannot trace their heritage back past the 1850s? Think about that shit. You got Native American chiefs admitting black people are indigenous. Hey, what's up? You got them admitting black people are indigenous, and we are the Choctaw, the Seminole, and all the other shit. Hey, for real, think about that shit, man. My great granny had long hair, long pretty gray hair, and she didn't look like none of the Native Americans that we see now. Like, I have no problem with Native Americans. The problem I have is, people just want to continue on a lie and don't want to just acknowledge people. Because I find it funny that, let me just say this. I don't think, at this point that black people should get reparations. I don't think at this point in America, black people need reparations. I think at this point, black people just need a better playing field, and I'll say what I mean by that in a minute. But I find it funny that, pretty much every other ethnicity that white America has done dirty, they paid their asses. They paid them. Think about that. So why is it that black people can't get reparations? And like I said before, at this point in America, I don't think that's the best thing for black people right now is reparations. I think the playing field needs to be even. And I'll explain what I mean. But don't you find it funny how, America was able to give reparations to every other ethnicity that they done wrong? Jews, Asians, all this shit, and the list goes on. The Native Americans, they pay reparations to pretty much every other ethnicity that they done wrong, but they don't want to give it to black people. Like, y'all don't, that shit don't make y'all think. It doesn't make you think. I mean, at this point in my life, I don't need reparations. I'm doing pretty fucking good. Because I made the right decisions. I'm going to continue making the right decisions. So, but don't you find that fucking funny? That what I'm eating? Say what I'm eating right now, my breakfast, beef bacon, cheese eggs. I got me a hot cup of coffee. Beef bacon, cheese eggs, and a hot cup of coffee. That I made myself, yes. Yes, I eat beef bacon, turkey bacon, and duck bacon. And yes, I still eat my pork bacon, but I only eat pork bacon like if I go out to breakfast to a restaurant. I actually don't buy it. And no, I'm not Muslim. It's just that high blood pressure runs in my family, so you know, I'm at a point now where I gotta slow down on it. But I still eat my pork bacon, damn it. But I'm telling you right now, beef bacon, man. I'm telling you, beef bacon, I think this beef bacon got pork bacon beat. I'm telling y'all. I know that sounds like some crazy shit, right? Sound like some crazy shit, but it's the truth. It's expensive, but I'm telling you, beef bacon, look at that. It looked like a piece of pork bacon, don't it? Look at that. Beef bacon is the shit. Look at that. I'm telling y'all. But don't y'all realize how we all getting played in this damn country? For real. You say it looks better. I'm telling you. But for real, don't y'all see how we all getting played in this damn country by the elites? Say solid color. I'm telling you. Get you some beef bacon. Here's another slice. Here's another slice that broke a little bit, but I'm telling you, beef bacon is the shit. Take it from me. Take it from me. Take it from your YouTuber. Take it from your favorite YouTuber. Beef bacon is the shit. And if you haven't yet, you need to go follow me on Facebook. So you can keep up with everything. Keep up with every live stream. My name on Facebook is DeAndre Moore. I go by my government name. DeAndre Moore. DeAndre Currently at 66,000 followers on Facebook, 150,000 followers on Instagram, 79,000 followers on TikTok. So I was like, oh, it's time to go ahead and build up the YouTube. So, but if you like thought-provoking questions, if you like hard conversations, if you really want to see people's attitudes come out, then follow me on Facebook, because I ask some pretty hard questions on Facebook. For real. I ask a lot of questions directly to white people on Facebook. I throw in black people questions too. I really do. But I do a lot of white people questions because I'm open to discussion, and I want to really see how a lot of white people think and how y'all feel about certain things. Or even if you're going to be open to discussion, or if you're going to just, get mad and say, why are you talking about race, or why this and this? You know, for real. You say what? You work for all you do is follow for now. Hey, it's all good, man. But I appreciate the follow. But yeah, if you're on Facebook, you need to follow me on Facebook, DeAndre Moore, DeAndre. You'll see me. And if you like hard conversations and thought-provoking questions, trust me, that's where you need to go ahead and follow me at. What's taking you so long? I just want to know. Ah, damn. Don't you hate like when you get bacon caught in your teeth or something? Or you get a piece of meat caught in your teeth? You know, for real. Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna keep having these conversations. Definitely gonna keep having it. I got more things I got planned for YouTube, y'all. Just stick with me. Just rock with me. I got a lot of stuff coming. I got merchandise coming. I have a few things coming. So You just have to tune in because I'm all about having hard conversations, uncomfortable conversations. Hell, I like talking with white people because some of them, be telling me some, saying how my mindset can be sometimes. And I listen. See, that's the thing. Like I said before, I'm open to discussion. I'm not one of those who just go say, oh, why it got to be about race? I'm open to discussion. I'm open to that. I don't get offended easily. Because, ooh, excuse me. Ooh, damn. That was a nasty burp. But when I hear white people ask questions like, why do black people do this and this? I don't get offended because I understand what they're saying. They're not saying all black people. It's just how they said the question. So it doesn't bother me, So it doesn't bother me at all. But I see a lot of white people get upset when you say, hey, white people, why do this and this? But if something don't apply to you, what you get mad for? Being for real. If you're not racist and you ain't worried about that shit, then you should be open to having conversation. Because you may not see things the way I see it, and vice versa. And who knows? I think an honest conversation between black and white people about race can die down some tension. And we'll have a better understanding of each other and a better respect for one another as people. But you have a lot of people who are always saying, oh, why is it always about race? Man, it's been about race in this damn country for how long? For how long since this country was called America? It's all kinds of people. But I told you who I mostly speak to are white people. Because I'm black. I know the black experience. I know how a lot of black people think. I know what a lot of black people say. So I'm talking to the other side to get understanding from them. How they think. What they go say. Who's open to conversation? Who's racist? Who's not? That's what I'm doing. And a lot of white people just don't like the way I'm doing it. But hell, a lot of black people don't like the way Charlie Kirk did shit. Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. Let me say that. A lot of black people ain't like the way he did or said shit, but the man was entitled to his opinion. Everybody's entitled to their opinion, how they feel about shit. And we're supposed to be, able to speak freely on how we do things. For real. So, and guess what? I wasn't the biggest Charlie Kirk fan, but shit, I was open to listening to what he had to say. And if I had some disputes, shit, I had my disputes, and and I was, put it like this. If I didn't disagree with him about something, shit, okay. If I agreed with him on something, okay. If I disagreed with him on something, okay. Shit doesn't matter. Dude's still a man, had his opinions. And for a lot of people that think he was racist, I don't really think he was racist. I just think Charlie Kirk believed a lot of the shit that he said. And I just think he was kind of naive. I think he was being taken advantage of by his own people. For real. And he couldn't see it. Because the man knew how to, I don't think he was racist at all. Because when you go look at some early pictures of the man, hell, it looked like he wanted to be black. You go look at some early pictures of him and shit. Because Charlie Kirk was 5 years younger than me. I'm 37, the man was 32. 5 years younger than me. And like I say, I don't think he was racist. I think he was fucking naive. What I mean by naive, meaning, meaning, if you don't know anything about him, Charlie Kirk was discovered by a rich white dude who put $4 million behind him so he can do the turning point, and for him to talk about conservative values and his viewpoints and all that other shit. A lot of y'all don't realize that it's not what Charlie Kirk talked about as far as his conservative values and black and white that got him up out of here. When he started talking about what our country is doing in other places and started talking about Israel and pushing for, the epulator list, that's what happened. For real. Think about it. Think about it. You have so many people, content creators, YouTubers, all that shit that talk about black and white, and they got big platforms and shit, and ain't nothing happening to them just because they talking about black and white. But the minute he started going hard on Israel and all the corrupt shit that's going on over there, and man, that's when it happened. Y'all need to peep and pay attention to it. That's when it happened. That's when they got him up out of here. And then y'all don't find it funny, like the dude was basically got played. I think Erica Kirk had a lot to do with it, because man, her and Trump like this and been like this since she was a fucking teenager. And it's a lot of controversy behind her. A lot of people don't know. Erica Kirk, she wasn't the, all goody good two shoes like how everybody tried to put her out to be. I can look at her in her eyes and tell that lady is fucking wicked, man. That lady is wicked. I see past the blind hair and all the other shit. Y'all need to look. A person's eyes tells a lot. And you can look her in her eye and tell she wicked as a motherfucker. That's an evil ass white woman. It ain't even because she white. That is an evil ass woman. Like, for real. Look at what, she's already in another relationship and the man ain't even been dead a fucking year. And we all seen the way she, was touching on JD Vance and shit. And I was like, a lot of y'all, the world is a stage, man. And I believe that man was deleted because he was talking about Israel. Think about it like this. No matter which president we get in office, no matter if he's a Republican or Democrat, they do what Israel say, right? They do what Israel say, no matter what. Why y'all think that? Why do y'all think that is? Why do you think every president that we get in office does whatever Israel say do? Why do you think that is? Because Israel got dirt on all of our fucking leaders, politicians, and all that shit. One thing, let's just the Jeffrey Epulator shit. A lot of y'all don't know. Jeffrey Epstein had ties to Mossad. Mossad is ran by who? Israel. He had deep ties to Mossad. So if anything, he was a fucking Mossad agent. And he was sent here to get dirt and shit on all these politicians, on all these important people, and use that shit as leverage. Think about, why does he have a picture of Bill Clinton pointing at you, Bill Clinton in a dress pointing at you when you walk in his house? What does that mean? I got you, bitch. I got you now. We about to be best friends now. That's symbolism. And that is a fact. Jeffrey Epstein has a picture of Bill Clinton on his wall as soon as you walk in his house in a dress, and Bill Clinton is pointing at you. What you think that symbolizes? That's the first thing you see when you walk in that bad house. Look, Bill Clinton looking down at you in a dress pointing. What does that symbolize? I got you, bitch. We're going to be best friends from now on, whether you like it or not. So we all need to look at how we are being played. Because if Jeffrey Epulator had deep ties to Mossad, and every president that gets in office does what Israel say, and Israel runs Mossad, it don't take a rocket scientist to put that shit together. Love me some good coffee, baby. And no, there's no creamer in mine, just a little bit of sugar. No creamer. I like my coffee. Sometimes I like creamer, you know, but shit. What they say, coffee is good with cream, but better when it's black. But yeah, I'm just fucking around. But yeah, my coffee actually is black right now. Don't have no creamer in there. But that's because I got good coffee. But for real, if Jeffrey Epstein was a Mossad agent, Israel runs Mossad, wouldn't that mean, damn, Israel got all the fucking dirt on our politicians, our leaders, our celebrities? Israel got all the fucking dirt. All of it. So y'all better think about that shit. The next president they get in power, if put it like this, if he ever been cool with the epilator, they got his ass too. They got his ass too. So people need to think about that shit. Y'all better think about it. Cause shit is getting wicked out here, and we all are getting played, black and white. Black people got played a long time ago when they started voting Democrat, when they was convinced to vote Democrat. White people got played, you know, when Lyndon B. Johnson said what he said and pretty much implemented that plan. So we all got fucked over, and they fucked us all pretty good. So, and I have a solution to certain things, but a lot of white people wouldn't like that shit. I have a solution because I just take a look into history and see, you know, of the United States, and see the time period when black people were at their highest in this damn country. You know, I went back and looked at all the black thriving towns, you know, black cities we had, black hospitals, black schools, you know, black businesses, families were together. I looked at that time period and all that other shit. I see what needs to happen in order for black people to pick themselves up. But a lot of white people ain't gonna like this shit. You know, believe it or not, desegregation hurt black people. It hurt black people. And I'm out to tell y'all how it hurt black people. Because, you know, those of you, you know, who are old enough to understand and look into history, you see that black people were thriving. Were thriving during segregation. We're thriving. I'm talking about, we had numerous, well over a dozen black cities and towns across this motherfucking country. We were thriving, and we were the minority. We had our own, doctors' offices, hospitals, schools, grocery stores. We had our own everything in our black towns and stuff. But, hey, I hate to say this, it was white people that came and burned it down or flooded it. That's where you get your Great Lakes from. That's where you get your Great Lakes from. You know, Lake Lanier. How many of y'all know about Lake Lanier? I mean, in Oscarville, Lake Lanier is literally sitting on top of a black town. Why you think every year white folks always die in that Lake Lanier? They get in that water and die. This is somebody white died every year at Lake Lanier. Why do you think that? They going swimming on top of dead souls and all this other shit. Like, but man, look, y'all can think it's just this and this. Central Park, New York City Central Park, downtown St. Louis. We got the riverfront now. When they used to be downtown St. Louis, where the riverfront was a black thriving town. Or was mainly where a lot of black people were, and we were thriving. So, you know, for a lot of white people that say black people need to build themselves up, I agree with you. But the thing is, if we build ourselves up, is white America going to be able to be okay with that? Because black people did build themselves up. Tulsa, Oklahoma, you know, Black Wall Street, Rosewood, Oscarville, like I say, downtown St. Louis, East St. Louis. You know, and the shit goes on. I can name a whole bunch of them. You know why white people burned down or flooded? You know, the reason white people burned down or flooded black towns and black thriving towns back then is because they were fucking jealous. Jealous that black people were living good and living better than them. And if you go back and do your numbers and all that shit, black people were basically economically doing better than white folks during segregation and all that shit. If you don't believe me, go look this shit up. How come black folks was the ones who saved the car brand Cadillac? White folks ain't had no money. Y'all monies was in banks, and banks got shut down. But black people had money on hand. And Cadillac said, fuck that. I'm not finna go out of business. I'm gonna sell to these niggas. These niggas got money. So think about a lot of shit that they tried to put in place. It really hurt white people, because black people, you have to think about like this. You say, yeah, I know you got a few years on me, and so does my grandmother, great-grandmother. And I'm telling you, during segregation, black people were thriving. We had more black businesses, black hospitals. Economically, we were on the rise to passing white people, economically. And that's where desegregation came into place, because they didn't want that shit. We gotta keep these niggas down. We can't let them become economically more powerful than us, and they are the minority. Think about it like this. It took black people 10 years to make Black Wall Street. And it took white people how many years to build this country to where it was at? Just saying, the facts are facts, and the proof is right there. So basically, what I'm saying is, these motherfuckers out there cutting grass. You got these people out there cutting the grass and shit, you know, but I ain't gonna, hey, you go let him do his job, you know, that's what he get paid for. That's what I pay him for. But you got to think about it like this, like desegregation. Yeah, you got a few years on me, so does my grandmother and all that other stuff. And so that's how I know a lot of this stuff, and I like to look into history. But desegregation was about controlling black wealth. It was really about controlling black wealth. You know, for real, think about that shit. Because economically, we were on the rise to pass white people economically in America. They didn't want that shit. They had to control that. They had to, we got to keep these niggas down. Because if they get too much economic power, they go take this shit back over. So no, why do you think they put in stuff like desegregation? Because if they integrated us, that means they can control the black wealth. And what happened? As soon as integration happened, you see a lot of black families start being dismantled, a lot of black businesses, black hospitals, black everything started going away. Am I right or wrong? Soon as we got integrated, a lot of black shit started going away. Black schools, black towns, all this shit was being flooded and blah blah blah. They put up your Great Lakes, they put up Central Park, all that shit. It was integration, desegregation, us integrating was about controlling black wealth. It was because white folks could not, stomach that black people were living better than them during those times. They couldn't stomach black people driving Cadillacs, having mink coats, and having their own house and having their own, and not needing white people. They couldn't stomach that. And so it always came with the false accusations, and that's how our towns and shit got burnt down. It always came with the false accusations. That's how these black towns and everything got burnt down. Tulsa, Oklahoma, off a false accusation. Emmett Till off a false accusation. Like, come on now. Don't y'all see that shit? So it's like, yeah, black people, yeah, if we was to try to build our shit back up, the thing is, are white people going to be able to stomach that shit? Because it took black people 10 years to make Tulsa, Oklahoma, when it took white people hundreds of years to build this country and get where they at. So that tells you right then and there, if we left the fuck alone, we go come up. Oh, salty spotted dog. No, we didn't burn down our shit. It was your great grandmas and grandpas who did it. And you just sound like a salty ass dog. because you don't like to hear the truth. Don't get mad. It was your meemaws and peepaws who did the shit. Black people were thriving. It was your meemaws and peepaws who couldn't stomach that black people was living better than their asses back then. And so they made up these false allegations, false allegations, and started burning down and flooding black towns. And you just sound like the name that you are, a salty ass dog. So don't get mad because you don't know history, because your meemaw and peepaw, you know what I'm saying, couldn't stomach the fact that black people was living good back then. And so they came with these false accusations to burn down black towns and flood them. And then there was redlining. Then there was notice how it's always been a whole bunch of shit designed to keep black people down, but it always hurt white people more. Always. You know, just like, I'm gonna use this for an example, like the whole food stamp thing. You know, yeah, food stamps, you know, government assistance wasn't invented for black people. It was invented for white people. But then they seen how they can weaponize it with black people. You know, they seen how they can, thank you. They seen how they can weaponize it with black people, because they was giving poor white people government assistance because white people didn't have money. Black people had money on hand. But they was like, fuck that. As soon as they opened up the floodgates to black people and seen like, oh shit, all we gotta do is give these niggas this. And they not go do nothing for themselves. So let's go ahead and change the narrative. But you still have more white people getting government assistance than black people. When go look at the shit, you got more poor white people in this country than black people. Just saying. I'm just saying. And why? Because y'all are the majority. Y'all are the majority. So wouldn't it be, you know what I'm saying, wouldn't it make sense that it's more poor white people than poor black people in this country? Y'all are the majority. You know, so wouldn't it make sense with a lot of shit because white people are the majority? But people don't want to, you know, hear that shit. People don't like to hear hard stuff, like, because I hear stuff about black people every day. I'll tell you right now, I'll say a lot of shit about black people. And I'm black. Black people got fucked up mentalities. A lot of black people need to go on with that angry shit. All a lot of black people do is go against each other. All black people do is just shit. All a lot of black people do is just do dumb shit. Want to be ghetto, be dependents and all the other stuff. All a lot of black people want to do is just, you know, blame white folks for everything. I say a lot of shit because I call it how I see it. I don't care if you're black or white. Because yes, white folks back then did a lot of shit to keep us down. But at this day and age, like I said earlier, you have a lot more white folks standing side by side with black people because y'all tired of the shit just as much as we are tired of it. And y'all are realizing too that, man, look, we getting played like a motherfucking fiddle, and the shit that y'all doing ain't right, and we ain't with this shit. You have a lot more white people realizing that. But my solution to how, if we truly want to see who can survive without the other, I say, you know, and this might sound fucked up, and I don't mean nothing by it because I love everybody. I love y'all white people. I love black people, Mexicans, all that shit. So I don't mean nothing by it, but I think, shit, they should bring back segregation for a while. Because then you would know which white people are racist and which ones are not. We'll figure out, because then we would know who's with us and who's not. I don't think a lot of white people want to bring back segregation because they'll get exposed. You know. Dude, there you go. You don't know me or my family's histories. We've been poor for 6 generations. And whose fault is that? That's your fault. If y'all been poor for 6 generations. That's your fault. I don't want to hear that shit. That's your fault. You've been poor for 6 generations. Do something to change it. You fucking lazy bum. Yep, I called you a lazy bum. Look at you. You got the victim mentality. Yes, it was your meemaws and peepaws back then that couldn't stand that black people was living good and y'all burnt down our shit. I don't want to hear that shit. Get your salty ass on somewhere. If you don't like the heat, get out the fucking kitchen. Don't get in here and try to play that victim shit. Oh, we've been poor for 6 generations. Well, do something to change it, you lazy fucking goat. I want to hear that. Call it like I see it. Do something to change it. 6 generations and your ass still poor? That means your ass couldn't capitalize on a system that was built for your ethnicity. I don't want to hear that shit. Fuck out of here. Don't come to me with that victim shit. Black people you know how black people and other minorities were treated in this country. I don't want to hear that shit. Get the fuck out of here. You are a salty dog. If you don't like it, get your salty ass on somewhere. Call it how I see it. You don't like it, so what? I know what history tells us. I know what history tells me. So I don't want to hear that shit. It's people like you that ain't even open to discussion and just want to play the blame game. Oh, we did this, we didn't do. I'm not putting the blame on you or white people of today. I'm talking about the white people of the past. And yes, they were your fucking ancestors. Huh? Oh shit, yeah, here I come. I got too caught up in this. But yeah. But anyway, I got something I gotta do. I'll see y'all for the next one. Peace.